All right, welcome back to the daily series where I'm documenting literally every single thing I'm doing, scaling my business to $200,000 a month. Okay, today I'm talking about offering guarantees. This is the big topic I've been thinking about lately, and we've tried this before, we've tried in the past. Now, since we're running a lot of cold traffic on ads, we're trying to figure out what's the best front-end offer to offer a guarantee. Now, usually I'd be against guarantees, but today I'm going to be discussing offering guarantees and why we are going to test it. So, it goes back to the value equation. Like sometimes what I think about is like the highest leverage thing to impact all your marketing will be your offer. Like how can you make the most irresistible offer possible? And usually the way that we've been pitching is like we haven't impacted the effort and sacrifice as part of the equation. So dream outcome plus perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, effort and sacrifice. So what I've been thinking about is how do we get more throughput on the front end? And I think the way to do it is through offering a guarantee. And we ran all the numbers for our email marketing clients, and literally every single client is like we crushed it. So we wouldn't like offer a refund. So what I'm planning out here, I'm going to show you actually. So retention engine, this offer messaging. So what I do whenever I brainstorm an offer is like all this one Google Doc with all these tabs, ad scripts, copy, etc. Now I was looking at the market. We started pushing an email offer, and I looked at a bunch of competitors and just analyzing like, okay, everyone is offering a guarantee, so we should offer a guarantee if we're going to do cold traffic right. And the way I've been thinking about this is obviously this is like we do like a $6K for the upfront build, and then we do on the back end after the 2 months we'll do a 3.5K a month for ongoing retainer, but we'll credit back the $6,000 what they paid, so we'll pay $42,000 minus $6,000 equals $36,000, or paid in full $30K. So what I'm trying to do is how do we get a better acquisition to lower our customer acquisition costs? That's a no-brainer offer on the front end that we come in, we get quick wins, time to value is extremely fast, and on the back end we sell them onto a longer, bigger ticket item. So what we're gearing towards, if I just talk about this, is okay, downsides of guarantees. So like downsides of guarantees is like you have to like be so confident in what you're offering, like you have to fulfill obviously that guarantee. So like here's the thing too. With a lot of these things, you have to be careful with like other variables in the equation. So like it's very hard to offer like guarantees around ads, paid advertising, creative, because there's so many variables at play that sometimes you can't control it. So when you offer a guarantee, you have to hedge against your risk. So why we're confident about the email build or the email guarantee is because it's so explicit that we can come in and we say, hey, we guarantee a positive ROI or your money back, that the refund rate would be extremely low, if at all. And even if we do give refunds, you'll have so much more throughput that it would be a percentage of like what's actually made. And then we have more clients coming through the front end, so then we can, obviously the back end sales is where we'll stack a lot of that cash, especially if we can lock them into 12-month engagements outside of that. So that's really what I'm wrestling with right now. And so one of the things that we're doing today is discussing with the fulfillment team. It's like, okay, if we switch to the guarantee, like what is the fastest time to value model? So since we do email marketing, there's two sides of the service. You have flows and you have campaigns. And what the fulfillment team is basically saying is that campaigns are what's going to make fast cash. So what we decided on and what we're working towards is a 60-day build that includes the campaigns. So instead we're doing, I'm going to copy and paste this over here so you guys can see this. Okay, let's go F2. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is what the offer is going to be. We're going to do 5 email flows plus 23 campaigns, basically a month and a half of campaigns, because this is where we think we can squeeze the most amount of cash, but companies will want the flows built out and they'll love the flows. That this is where like long-term value is made. So the goal here is to come in, do a 2-month build with a guarantee and guaranteed a positive ROI. So basically if we sell for $6,000, $7,000, we'll have to make that back in sales. And with this, you have to have conditions for the guarantee. So the conditions of the guarantee is like, okay, on the sales process side, guarantee conditions. So like what we decided is like the client must be making minimum like $15,000 a month with their brand. Okay. So $15,000 a month is like what on the front end side. I might even increase that to $25K a month they must be making for us to do this offer. And then for the condition of the guarantee, it was like, one, like, yeah, we can give you a refund, or we can work for free until we get you that result. Which what I'm thinking is even in the absolute worst case scenario, which is few and far between, if we bring on a client that's financially qualified, their company's qualified, they're doing a minimum of $15,000 to $25,000 a month, like that should alone hedge, that should be fine. Like we should be able to get the result within the 60 days. But even if they don't, we can say, hey, we can work for free until we do. So we'll do an extra month of service, which I just realized, okay, you are seeing my screen. Bear with me. I'm trying to learn OBS and make sure this is all making sense. So with that all being said, what I have to do then is, now that I've aligned on the offer and the guarantee, is go back and go through the VSL, the whole VSL that we just shot, all the ad copy, all the ad scripts, and update all of that to show like what this offer is. Actually, today I did update the headline to say we guarantee e-commerce brands an increase in revenue within 60 days by rebuilding your email retention system. Guaranteed ROI. I only put that copy in the headline, the sub headline, but it's not talked about in the VSL or in any of the ads. So now that I got the blessing from the fulfillment team, what I'm thinking about doing is just running this offer up for the email guarantee. This will be the scope of work, 2-month engagement. And then see just like how, like with a lot of these things, I feel like you just need to like test it. Like especially on the ad side, let's test it for like 2 or 3 weeks. See like if our cost per call goes down, see if I see really tangible results from switching from a guarantee. Because the whole hypothesis here is that by simply like adding this one thing, this one guarantee, it's going to like have it'll have downstream effects on all the marketing. Cost per call will go down. Cost per acquisition, customer acquisition costs will go down. And then, we work with a brand, we get a big win in the first 2 months, like they're going to be likely to sign on the back end. So this is what I'm thinking about. The other thing that I'm thinking about too is just like updating the funnel with just way more social proof. So today or this week, I've been basically hitting up a bunch of clients. I'm going to get a bunch of customer interviews. I just had one today, which was fire, because the way that you kind of hedge against guarantees or not offer a guarantee, which like our full service package, we don't offer a guarantee because there's so many variables at play, and we just have the track record. We've done this. It builds so much proof, so much education, so much content, builds so much goodwill that they don't need a guarantee. And honestly, our best clients don't necessarily want a guarantee. They just want the work done in a good way, right? So that's the only concern, and the downside of what we're calling the guarantee, if I go back to here, is that you might be getting the types of clients that book calls might just be like they want to be your, they want you, the service provider, to be their saving grace. And so that's where hopefully adding more friction and only allowing bigger brands to come on, that should help us with that. But it's, with any brand less than this, it's tough. So that's what I'm thinking about today, Wednesday, July 23rd, guarantees, how we're structuring guarantees, pros and cons of guarantees, because I want to test it. I'm going to update, like post these videos every single day. So I'll give you guys like updates on like how our cost per call went down. Because if I just jump into our ads right now, let's just do it now before I even launch this stuff. Our cost per call, and this is out of Facebook data. Hyros has been, I had to reset up Hyros. But our cost per call is like 142. So I think I can get that down to like 80, or if I can get that down by like a significant margin, that will be very notable. Ignore this campaign because this is literally half of the meetings here are me booking because I was testing some stuff and I attributed it there. So 156 cost per meeting. Let's see if we can get that down to sub $100. And let's just test. So come back for tomorrow. We'll be talking about more stuff around business, self-improvement, and what the hell I'm doing to scale my business. I'll see you tomorrow.